All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this very first edition of ACAP Today, our daily update moving forward on the pandemic and all that it is affecting here in Aroostook County, and specifically how ACAP is responding to the emergency in our communities. Each day, we're going to invite guests to come and share with us the opportunity to tell us their story and what's happening in either various ACAP areas or some of our community partners. And on this very first edition, we do have some community partners. They are joining us, and we're going to speak with them in just a little bit. Sherry Locke is the Communication and Development Manager here at ACAP. Steve Wimmer is the lead partner with Sweden Street Consulting in Caribou, and Jill Bolia is with the Aroostook Health Network, and we'll be talking with them in just a minute. But before we get to that, we would like to just update you on some of the things that are happening here at ACAP and information that you need to know. So let's begin with today's ACAP daily briefing. I want to just share with you first and foremost that our agency is continues to prepare for the pandemic and to work on things. And first and foremost, we wanted to let you know that our closure date has changed given the announcement of the administration at the federal level that we will continue to close our facilities to the public through Thursday, April 30th. We had announced previously that that would be through the 24th, but we are moving along with the federal directive to close our public-facing facilities through April 30th. Though we are closed, we are still here to serve you, and here are some of the ways in which we are able to serve you. First, we do encourage you, and we're going to talk about AroostookCommunity.com in just a little bit, if you have a need in the community and need to know where to get that or get connected with that opportunity, we encourage you to visit AroostookCommunity.com. It is the comprehensive happening website for this pandemic, and we encourage you to do that. If you are unable to log on to the website, we encourage you to call our main number here at ACAP at 207-764-3721, 9 to 4, and we have operators standing by that can help you with that. You do need to register if you go on this website, and we're going to walk you through that here in just a little bit. We want to let you know that our Head Start, Early Head Start, and childcare programs obviously are not currently seeing families in program, but we are delivering breakfast, lunch, and daily educational activities, as well as oral hygiene items and other necessities to over 300 children enrolled in our programs, and that's going to happen now through the 30th as well, or unless we decide a different plan moving forward. We also encourage you to visit our YouTube channel to stay connected with our families. You see it on your screen there, and our families are connecting directly with our staff through that. You can see a child story time told, or otherwise enjoy some of the videos that our staff are putting out there for families throughout Aroostook County to view. It's not only open to our early care and education families. This is some of how our staff is interacting and connecting with the public and with their programs. These are early care and education professionals, from delivering meals to preparing activities that they're delivering or are being delivered to the students. And as you can see from the shot with the school bus there, we certainly do miss our young folks and their families that we regularly see in program each and every day. WIC is also an important service that we want to let people know about. Those services are continuing. Appointments are occurring over the phone. Benefits, including formula, are still being provided. We encourage all to give our WIC program a call. We know that folks who may not have relied on WIC before or may not have been eligible for WIC may be now, and we want certainly to hear from you. Please do give us a call if you think you could benefit from these services. And we just received new guidance from the WIC program today that if WIC food is not available, you may make the following substitutions. They're on your screen. But during this time, WIC has expanded the food list until May 31st, all the way until the end of May. And we encourage you to call your local WIC agency that's here at ACAP with any questions on that. And we'll certainly have more on that in a coming edition of the ACAP Daily or ACAP Today as we bring our WIC program coordinator onto the program as a future guest. ACAP's Heating Energy Assistance Program, or Home Energy Assistance Program, will continue to function with appointments happening over the phone. If you do have an appointment, our team will be in touch with you to gather information and to help you facilitate how you get that information to us. Our team will continue to review and certify applications. So if you had an appointment earlier this year or last month, we're continuing to work on those. If you are in need of fuel assistance, please do contact our Home Energy Assistance Program. There are some new guidelines coming out, and we'll be having Erin Benson as a guest in the coming week to talk about the Home Energy Assistance Program and what that might look like for folks who are interested in applying. These, for your reference, are the current eligibility guidelines for the Home Energy Assistance Program, and we are looking at how the income guidelines may change in the light of the unemployment that folks are facing right now, and how many months of a period of time that they'll look back at for income. So there are some changes happening to this program, and we'll bring those to you as that develops. And finally, our coaching team are working with families. They're continuing to do so, but at a distance and using distance technology. Workforce development team is doing the same. And our home-based services are being temporarily offered remotely to the extent that we can, and we continue to communicate with our clients as we move forward. And so that is today's ACAP Daily Briefing. As I noted, I'm glad to have with me as our first guests on this program, Sherry Locke from right here at ACAP, Steve Wimmer from Sweden Street Consulting and Technology, and Jill Boyer from the Aroostook Health Network. And Steve, I'm going to begin with you because really this was your concept, the AroostookCommunity.com. And we'll talk with Jill about sort of the precursor to that, but what were your thoughts in terms of why this was an important and new tool that you wanted to introduce to the county community?
Sure. I can't take all the credit. My partners at Sweden Street and I kind of came to the same place over a weekend a couple of weeks ago. And we wanted to do something to help. And the thing that everybody is struggling with is just information. And we do software, so we thought we could maybe do something to help bring information together for people. And the project we did for Aroostook Health Network with Pathfinder seemed like a simple starting place. So by starting there and modifying that a little bit, we were able to bring Aroostook Community out for everybody. We worked with Jill and you, Jason, to do this, and it was our way of trying to bring people together, the information and the people that needed it and could provide it all in one place.
Now, Steve did reference, and we'll come back to Steve on what AroostookCommunity.com actually looks like, and Sherry will do a walkthrough for us. But Jill, you want to talk a little bit about the Pathfinder project really briefly, and then how this is a great addition to that and really an expansion of that project.
Yes, the Pathfinder project was a project of the Aroostook Health Network, which is Pines Health Services, Cary Medical Center, ACAP, and the Agency on Aging. We came together to try to streamline care coordination and to really help folks connect to services in a more rapid manner and try to solve some of the more difficult cases that are out there today. So we partnered with Sweden Street Software and Consulting on this project, and they really took our ideas and brought it to fruition. And it ended up being even better than we could have imagined. So the Pathfinder tool is available for case managers, care coordinators, family coaches, and the like at numerous organizations around the county, free of charge for organizations to register. They have to sign a simple MOU to have on file, and then their folks can register and use this secure platform to find answers to some of the questions and some of the cases that they're dealing with. It's really very user-friendly, and I think that's the beauty of it. And when they're looking to put together the Aroostook community, it was pretty much the same layout and remained as user-friendly. So everybody in the community is able to use it with very little difficulty. So I think it was a wonderful platform to kind of base this off of, and it's been a great tool to use so far.
And that's certainly true of Aroostook Community, Steve, in terms of the way that you and your software team have developed this particular piece, this particular technology. Really, it is much more accessible to everyone, and it is meant to sort of connect people with people and people with services. So yeah. Tell me a little bit about that and how this is similar to but different in terms of accessibility for people to Pathfinder.
Well, as Jill mentioned, Pathfinder is open to agencies that have signed up, and this is open to everybody, individuals and agencies, without an agreement other than just registering to use the system. So that was really what we wanted to do, was be able to bring not only the agencies, but also the people that are using those agencies and in need of services, or even just in need of anything that's not related necessarily to an agency, but any need at all. So everybody can use it.
Tell me about some of the, and we're going to see it in just a moment, but some of your thoughts behind the categories and how people can, I mean, because it seems like information is just all over the place right now, and your site, the aroostoocommunity.com site, the AHN site in partnership with Sweden Street really helps people to be able to sort of chronicle those requests. You can go back and look.
Right, and you're right, there is a lot of information out in the web, but it is not categorized, and so that was some of those categories. We're trying to create a starting point for people to go with the information that they might need, or the information they might want to share. That way it's a little more streamlined and a little more efficient to consume.
Now, Sherry, aside from the website, we really wanted to be able to make it so that folks could connect if they didn't have access online for whatever reason. So talk about the phone number that has been created to parallel this site.
Yes, because we did listen to our partners, and not everyone has access to technology. Not everyone has access to the web. So we did create a phone number, 764-3721. Folks can give that number a call. It does ring here at our ACAP office, which we have operators ready to take those calls and connect you to the services that you may need. We really can be your eyes and ears on the aroostoocommunity.com. We can go onto the site, take a look to see if there's other resources that are listed, or help connect folks to one another. So we just wanted to take that technology to the next level and really make it accessible to everyone, whether it be them visiting the site on their own or giving us a call and us doing that for them.
Great. And so why don't we, and certainly invite the others to chime in, but Sherry's going to share her screen, and we can take a look at the site and help people who may not be familiar with it yet familiarize themselves with it. So Sherry, why don't we go ahead and do that?
Is it showing now?
Yes, it is.
Perfect. So I apologize, I'm unable to show you how to register because I've already registered for the site, but registration is very, very simple. It's literally an email, it's a password, and it allows you to get right onto the site and have access, which I think is great. And again, it's just a way for us to register and keep track of folks as they will be posting either needs or resources that they have available. So again, really simple, takes about 30 seconds to create that account. And we're excited to share that we have hundreds of people that have registered for an account and are sharing information on a daily basis. So I'll click here. Well, at the top, as you will see, the most recent update has been added, and that is what's visible when you first go on the site. We just got the substitution list from WIC, so I did put that up this afternoon. But if you go into, say, agencies, for example, you will see all of the list of resources that have been listed and any comments that have been added by anyone in the community. This is mostly just a list of resources, so there's not a lot of comments here. But when you click on, you will see Dottie Signs, an update from Dottie Signs, which was posted by Mark Putnam about nutrition services offered by the Agency on Aging. And if I had a specific question, I could put that right here. So that's the great piece. It's a running dialogue, and with the most current always at the top. So Steve spoke with the organization, and that's a big piece of it, is that everything is really right at your fingertips. You don't need to know which website you saw that on or which Facebook page you saw that on. This information is laid out very, very well. There's a section on here for help requests. And if you click on that, you can go into a site. I'm going to go on this one for rent. This individual said, put a message, my daughter is a bartender and lost her job and needs help with rent. So there's the opportunity for folks to go on and put different resources that they may be aware of, but it's also a way to empower our community to help one another. So maybe there's an individual who really would like to help with this request, and they can connect with that person in need in order to do that person-to-person help, which is what Aroostook County is known for. So the information is really, like I said, laid out very, very well. There's also a place for positive stories, which I think is great. Sweden Street did go ahead. We did mention to them that we'd like to have a photo option because a lot of times stories are told with photos. So they've created that photo option. So as you can see here, some students created some signs saying thank you and stay safe to our healthcare workers. So again, just a way to share information in an organized way.
Now, Sherry, I know as we were looking through this that, there are posts from you and Jill had responded to help guide the individual in that question. But Jill, it really is an opportunity for, if people who are on this site have the answer, it doesn't have to go through an agency or go through an individual. It can truly be a person helping person situation. Correct?
I think that is actually the beauty of it, and it allows folks to share resources that they may know about. It also allows them, maybe I'm the one that can give, and maybe it's not through my agency, but maybe personally. But it's a great way to really connect the community and allow folks to just help when they, when they can.
And so, Jill, your thoughts as you see this come to fruition? I know Aroostook Health Network is all about where we're meeting people where they're at and trying to look at where healthcare and human services come together. This directly falls in line with that mission.
Yes, absolutely. And as Sherry did mention, the piece that I really enjoy about it is that the community can assist where they can. A lot of folks I've heard are wanting to help, but they don't know how. So this allows them a platform to reach out and say, oh, well, this person is right here in Van Buren, maybe I can help, and reach out directly, even though they may not know the person personally, being that they're in the same area or they have the supplies that this person needs, they're able to chime in. Because sometimes it doesn't always have to come from an agency, or it's not an appropriate alignment with agency, what they can provide. So sometimes just that connection that people are able to make on this site is wonderful, and you can keep track of things as well.
And it's not only the Aroostook Health Network worked with Sweden Street primarily. I mean, I say worked with, it's Sweden Street did the wonderful heavy lift on this, obviously, and it was their wonderful idea. But it's a really a coalition of a number of partners aside from AHN and Sweden Street as well, Jill.
Yes, that's correct. We had a lot of folks from different agencies on that initial call that were helping to, decide on some of the icons and some of the categories that should be listed there, and giving Sweden Street some ideas as far as what we'd like to see for availability on that site. So we had a lot of folks able to pitch in their ideas and was able to make it a really great product.
And just to note, one of those partners is the United Way of Aroostook, and not that the site is designed for that, but if individuals would like to make a contribution, they can do that online through aroostookcommunity.com on the donate button, and those will be processed through United Way of Aroostook. So a great partnership there. We also have United Veterans of Maine who have come on board and are willing to help when a communication comes up or a query comes up about needing something delivered to a home. They have a network of volunteers that are ready to be engaged in that effort. And so speaking of that network, Steve, I want to let the last word be yours. We didn't want these daily briefings or these ACAP Today segments to go on for too long so that people didn't lose interest, but I do want to sort of hear from you of what this means for your team. I mean, you're a company that does great work across the country and really beyond, and you can do that from anywhere given that you're based out of technology, but this is an opportunity for your folks to give back to your community, the community that they live in, and what has that meant for your people?
It's been a lot of fun working on it. And like you said, we can do this anywhere, but we really wanted to help Aroostook County and its Aroostook community. So it's been quite exciting and quite fulfilling to be able to give back.
Any last word from you beyond that?
No, it's been a lot of fun working with you guys and working on this project. So.
Well, we thank you for all that you've done for your professional team and for lending your expertise and talent on this. Jill, last thoughts?
I just think it's wonderful that with all these organizations being so busy with everything having to do with COVID-19 and having to restructure the way they function on a daily basis, that all these organizations came together to let this happen and to have this happen. So I think it's just, testament to the resiliency and to the creativity of folks in Aroostook.
Certainly is. And Sherry, the last word will be yours before I close it out.
Just to encourage folks to register. The site is really great, and to either register to share resources that you may be aware of, or if you need help, to reach out there as well. So we just encourage everyone to check out the site and register and really use it because it's a great tool.
Great. All right. Thank you all so much. Thank you for being our guinea pig guests on this ACAP Today broadcast. We'll have another one tomorrow with some more guests talking about some information that you need to know here in Aroostook to help us all get by through this pandemic. Thank you all for joining us on this very first edition of ACAP Today, and have a great rest of your day.
Thank you for having us.